I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid. 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. Yeah. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, 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 alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
I come alive in the dark.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Raiders and the Hawks on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember?
Underway here in Las Vegas. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete. Smith has it. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Back to Walker on first down. They find some open field here. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 48 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. They'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The last series form a little disappointing. Forced to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Same target. It's Jacobs again. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
About a fast start,
that's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, you know, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. the gun now. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball goes in the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Second quarter from Vegas, the home-standing Raiders with a football here. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense.
A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Back to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this 1st half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Running right, here's Walker. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Let's go now. Right there, hurt.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On second down, it's Walker. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Throwing on first down is Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
60
They'll set up to throw. He completes this to Walker. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that
play. Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders set. They bring the man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush. And then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Carr going to throw. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. The open man here, Renfro. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. Carlson able to put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. Jacobs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Jacobs again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Carlson on for the PAT. It
makes it 17-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now they're in the hurry up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Walker with it over the middle. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in the 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Jacobs with a carry on first down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. To throw his Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now a give to only a yard, 4th and 3. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Here's Walker to start the drive. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 2nd and 6. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one...